I'm Kier.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Jay from Gallifrey Public Radio.
A podcast member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the one you're listening to right now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 299, one away from the big 300 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Sunday, February 18th, 2018. That's a lot of 18s.
It's a lot of 18s. I did not fart BT dubs. My chair is squeaky.
You know, we never would have noticed, and now you mentioned it, and every time your chair squeaks, we're going to think you're farting.
Is what spooky?
Squeaky. It's making
Skooky.
It's
and
making
altogether ooky? That
Yes.
sounds a little racist, not gonna lie.
You made it racist.
It came out of your mouth.
You made it racist. It's not even a word.
Oh, that was so good. He had such conviction on his face. That sounded kind of racist.
It's not a word.
I would love to
When
make
you
that
live
the
in
episode title, but I'm not going to. I don't want that.
Oh, it's
this month too. We need a racist title in February.
When you live in the South, you have to be extra careful with shit like that.
Oh, I'm aware.
It's not a word. I literally just made it up.
Until people make them up. All words are made up.
I just made it up, and it was referencing my chair.
Actual racist words were made up at some point in time too.
Yeah, fine, whatever. You made it racist. I was talking about my chair.
That's how things start.
I'm staying out of this one.
Oh, that was so good. I haven't laughed that hard all week.
Well, apparently
Tom's coming back.
See, Naki, I may not always have news, but at least I make people laugh.
Ugh.
You made my joke about my chair racist.
No.
But it should have been about
you
farting.
God damn it. I'm glad I made it racist.
Remember, Willie thinks fart jokes are lowbrow, so he won't go there.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of lowbrow, I was so mad yesterday.
And I never said lowbrow.
We went to Starbucks and I ordered my lattes with soy
Wait.
because
Did
I'm
you
lactose.
fart there?
I did not, but I am lactose intolerant, so I have to order mine with soy. And guess what they didn't give me? So I nearly killed everybody in this apartment because Jesus Christ, the smells that were coming out of my ass.
11:10, Chris, mark that one.
That's at the 3-minute and 20-second mark as we record this. Feel free to click that
There
on
we
Twitch,
go.
guys.
You're welcome. Don't give people lactose intolerant people milk, you assholes. It hurt so bad.
It hurt her
Ugh.
asshole.
Good.
No, my stomach, but yeah, also that probably. I mean,
Good.
Those assholes hurt her asshole.
Oh, jeez. This is the high quality entertainment you guys have all come to expect from the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Almost 300 episodes in, and we still got it.
You see, I try.
Whatever it is.
I try to
Bad
class
taste,
this
that's
place
what
up
it
a little
is.
bit. I mean, I make jokes about punning little 6-year-olds. I make racist jokes racist apparently.
Yeah, I'm glad you cleared that up.
And you guys just bring it all back to dick and fart jokes every fucking time. I work
Yeah.
hard here.
Yes.
I work hard here.
No, you don't.
legitimately, since ATGN was born, it has been dick and fart jokes. So suck it up, Buttercup. This is where it is.
Yeah. In the immortal words of the man who started all this, if you don't like it, bitch, I will cut you.
Yeah.
Well, only a few of us have actually met me. So bring it.
I mean, 2 out of 3 of us ain't bad.
Are we going to have a host knife fight? Is that what I'm hearing here? There's going to be a knife fight?
You got to come to me, Bachman.
Eventually, I'll have a car that can make that trip one of these days.
Yeah, it's overrated.
You got feet, don't you?
I'm not walking to the fucking East Coast.
Well, I mean, I'm still 3 hours technically away from the actual coast of the East.
Just show a
Yeah,
little leg.
well-
You can hitchhike.
I'm about
So
3 hours away from the fucking West Coast, so that would be a hell of a fucking walk.
Wait, you only 3 hours from the actual Pacific Ocean?
Eh,
I don't know
something like that.
geography all that well, but I don't think that's true.
It's a pretty straight shot from Boise to Portland.
But 3 hours?
You can make a stop here, Anthony. I'll kill you with
Depends
my
how
cat.
fast you drive.
Well, that's it. What? That's no matter where you are in the world. You can get anywhere in 3 hours as long as you're going fast enough.
That's true.
He's not wrong. That's why airplanes exist. You can go really fast.
That's why my stepdad says it's an 8-hour drive to Seattle, and I say it's 6.
Just gotta.
You said 3 hours a minute ago to get to the Pacific
Portland.
Ocean. I don't know geography. I just said that.
Going directly west to Portland and going northwest across the state of Washington, Seattle is a very different drive.
So I think we have a new bit idea. It's going to be called Geography Wars. We're going to get a blanked out United States map, and we're going to let people identify states on it.
Oh, I got that. Well, I got that completely.
My favorite for that was when Australia did it, and like half of the country was Texas.
Well, half of the country is technically made of Texas. I mean, they're not wrong.
Not even close. 2, unless you ask people from Texas.
I mean, if you drive through Texas, it's going to feel like half the damn country.
It feels like it, but it's not that big. Half of the country is the size of Alaska. That's what people fucking forget.
Yeah.
Including the water around it too?
No, just the actual landmass
landmass?
of Alaska is roughly half the size of the continental U.S. People think Texas is half the fucking country. It's not. It just feels like it because it's fucking just sand.
Geography Wars. It's going to happen.
Oh, let's do it.
And you can't fart around in geography wars.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, you can.
you can.
You
fart
can't
whenever
stop
you
us,
want.
Willie. We can fart around in whatever we want.
Farting is just
Please don't start farting into your microphones on the show.
It's my microphone. I'll do what I want.
I will
Yeah,
not.
now who agrees with me, Chris?
No, it's not
I
that.
won't.
It's not that I don't think it's funny. It's just there's a radio show that already does that, so we don't need to be stealing bits.
We did steal bits.
What
though.
are you
That's how we became
doing?
friends
That
with
sounds
the
so weird.
That's how we became friends with the fanboy Buzz.
We
Are
modified.
you
their
masturbating?
bit. We modified it. It was inspiration, just like Vanilla Ice took inspiration from Under Pressure. We added an
I don't
extra
think
drum
that's
beat and
what
we
he
called
did
it
at
a
all.
day.
Yeah, it's ding, 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 ding. It's totally different.
See, problem solved.
A friend
I don't
of
think
mine
it solved any
using
problems.
All right. So Sailor Poland says a friend of mine using voice recognition software farted into his microphone. The text program interpreted as the word France.
Is this an episode of South Park?
Boo.
Confusion abounded.
I'm sorry. Lay boo.
Oh man, that was bad. I'm gonna play him off.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
I'll allow it.
So everyone, it's our favorite bit of the show where we play Willie off and start the news of the week. The news of the week being that segment of the show where we run down, at least what's in our minds, the most interesting of the geeky and nerdy news to have happened in the past week. Willie, you look real excited, so why don't you kick us off?
I mean, if I was getting what I'm about to be talking about, I'd be super fucking excited, and there would be this place would look like California out here. Oh God. So Elon Musk, I thought it was a joke at first. Like, there's no way this is fucking real. No, he really is selling flamethrowers.
Yeah. Is that from his boring company is what it's called or something like that?
Yeah. But I mean, come on. When you first read that, I mean, you're saying that's a fucking joke. This is from the oatmeal, right?
Elon Musk is actually a supervillain. He's actually Lex Luthor, I think.
Yeah, but people like him.
Well, I like Lex Luthor. He's far more interesting than Superman.
I like Doctor Doom.
Lex Luthor, give me some solar tiles on my roof. I'll be all good with it.
Yeah, can't afford those
And
anymore
a
because of
flamethrower.
the. Nobody
And a
can
flame-
afford those solar tiles anymore because of the tariffs and taxation.
Hold on. Time out. You guys just went from inferring Elon Musk to Lex Luthor to inferring Lex Luthor to Elon Musk. What the fuck is going on? You're saying, well, I guess if Lex Luthor's going to do all this nice stuff for me like Elon Musk is doing. You can't do that. It doesn't work.
What made Lex Luthor evil? Here we go. Here's my news of the week. What made Lex Luthor evil?
He
Let's
tries to kill
discuss
people.
the villains. Well,
Yeah, a lot of
villains.
A lot of killing.
Well,
Murder.
the way he went about the things he did. That's what made him evil.
I think he's kind of got the thing where he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Hold on a
He's
second.
firmly believing he's doing the right thing.
Hold on one
I'm not
second.
siding
No,
with
no, no,
him.
no, 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 no. I got this. Guys, I got this. So are you saying you're pro Lex Luthor? Naki?
No.
Naki, you were just going there.
No, what I'm asking. No. See,
Look who's backtracking now.
I'm not.
You gotta
no,
sniff at what Willie's cooking.
I don't want to sniff.
That'll make anybody
what's
backtrack.
cooking. I know. I don't want to sniff that.
Go on, Naki.
I'm just saying he's far more interesting a character than Superman. First off, number two,
Not true.
he's got ideas that are good, but his execution is terrible. Such as execution. It's terrible.
This is the worst segment ever, and I love it.
No.
When he's
I'm
written
going somewhere
correctly,
with this.
when he's written correctly, Luthor is great because he has a valid point. A god with no connection to this planet should not be able to show up and make people do what he wants, which is Luthor's point.
All right, now Bachman is going away from what I'm going, but Naki is continuing down that train. Keep on going, Naki.
No, I'm scared now.
No, keep on going, Naki.
No, I'm scared
Naki,
now.
don't be scared. It's just Willie.
That's true.
Yeah, just keep on going. I want to hear another point you have, Naki, because I need at least
what I
one
got.
more.
Well,
No.
Avataku says, geez, Naki, first the racist chair jokes, and now you're supporting supervillains.
It's a strange,
No.
strange world we live in.
It's
now-
the Lunar New Year. We got evil Naki. She's got a mustache and a goatee and everything. She's from the dark world.
Now replace everything in Naki, what she was just saying, with Lex Luthor with Trump, and it fits exactly.
I never said that I support anything there.
I'm saying you replace what the one word you said, Lex Luthor, with the other one, Trump, and then boom, everything you said just fits.
Well, since Willie,
No.
his whole
He
argument
thinks
fell
he's
apart
doing the
when he
right
said,
thing. I'm sure as hell he thinks he's doing the right thing.
Willie's entire argument fell apart when he said you replace that one word, Lex Luthor, with this other one word, and yeah, your whole argument falls apart because you can't count to two, motherfucker.
I spell it without a space, so you could suck
That's
my
not
dick.
up to you. That's not up to you.
Politics are bad.
Poetic license. I'm sorry. Well, who brought up Lex Luthor, who was running for, who is the fucking or was president of the United States in the comics at one point or another? Am I wrong? Mic drop.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
He hasn't
You're
been
just-
president in the
You're
comics in like
elected.
15 years.
You're wrong. And also, your mic is expensive. Don't drop that shit.
I dropped it.
I
in
think
my
he dropped it
lap.
on his lap. Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice and soft. Trust me, I made a flub.
it's all padding.
God damn it.
What? What?
Oh, Chris got an almost face palm.
What happened? What?
I don't want to
I
talk
don't know
about
what
Willie's
Chris-
lap and the things that go on there.
No, I'm just being I'm fat. That's all
Oh,
I meant.
okay, good. I was scared. I was really scared.
What happened to this show?
Where did we go? What was the original topic here? It was Elon Musk selling fire. How did we get to supervillains and
Fire throwing ability.
Because Elon Musk is apparently a supervillain, according to some people.
he's
And
sold,
apparently it's only
launches-
$500.
isn't he,
He
sold
launches
out?
cars into space and sells flamethrowers.
Oh yeah. Was it? How many was it? Was it 2,000 of them? 20,000?
I don't remember, but isn't he sold out of them?
There was, oh yeah, definitely sold out. There was 2 and some zeros. I can't remember the amount of zeros.
That's very helpful.
I mean, it's helped more than nothing.
There was 20 of them. Oh wait, there was 2 million of them. Oh, wait, I can't tell the difference.
Oh, they're all missing now.
Draftsman is asking in the chat room, what did we think of Black Panther? I will not be able to see it till next week. So,
Because Naki's another slacking again.
yes, I'm slacking, but also it's sold out until Tuesday.
I'm sorry, this is a thing called Fandango that you can pre-purchase your tickets.
Yeah, I don't pre-buy tickets.
And
It
I
was
did
20,000 flamethrowers. At
See, I told you,
$500 a
2
pop.
and some zeros. Now, you see, what happened was I pre-ordered my ticket about an hour before I knew I was going to be there because I was still at work. I was like, you know what? I can make this. I can get off here, make it to the theater, and be A-okay. And you know what happened when I got to the theater? People in front of me were told they were sold out. And I was like, here's my card. Give me my ticket, motherfucker.
Hey, you know what the problem is? Is when people buy their tickets months in advance and you don't pre-buy tickets. Whoops.
I'm sorry, 1 hour ahead.
Also,
Just so I wouldn't have to stay in the line.
I
really all
movie
that much.
passed it the day of with no problem.
Also, I live in Chicago where everything is like, far more dense in population.
What she's not telling
You know
you,
what?
she actually
I'm
went
going to give that to you, Naki.
She
You
actually
earned
just,
that one.
She actually just went to go see 50 Shades Freed instead. We know.
No, she didn't.
I
She
take
liked
that back now. Fuck you, you piece of shit, Naki.
Why would I ever?
Whoa!
That
Wait,
escalated.
hold on a second. Is that true? Is that true, Naki?
Oh God, no!
I made
Okay,
it up.
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some of us bought our ticket the day it went on sale and bought the first ticket available for the first screening in our city of Black Panther.
My hair hurts.
Movie number 47.
Willie really hates me.
That was some rude shit, Willie.
Only if you would have done that.
Even accusing somebody of going and seeing 50 Shades instead of Black Panther is rude beyond belief. Rude.
Yeah, so now you're the piece of shit, Chris, for even referring that.
Okay, I'll take it. I don't care.
You take it all night long, baby.
Okay, so Draftsman says, Willie, you are wrong. When Luther was president, he divested from Luther Corps. He had the foresight to hide his supervillain ways. The other guy has no shame about being evil or hides being evil.
Luther was a better president.
I mean,
Politics alert. No.
I'm talking comics. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Luther. We're just talking about Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
we was talking about Shaft
Ah.
and a head and some balls.
Whoa!
Sits in an Oval Office.
That's a different song.
That's a way different song.
I made it better.
I think Chris is dying. I think we might have killed Chris. Did he say?
So, Chris, did we just spill into 3
keep
different
trying.
news of the weeks right there? All at once?
No.
No?
This is the new format for ATGN. It's how many times can we get Chris to poke himself in the forehead?
It's called
do this.
verbal
Instead of-
diarrhea. The show is what we are right now.
And
Happy
I
300!
see no problem with this.
Happy 300, guys. We did it.
I just
No, it's
wanted-
next week.
I just wanted to learn about flamethrowers. That's all.
Well, apparently, you can make some in a super soaker. I've seen it been done. Not that hard. I mean, you know how easy it is to make napalm?
Yes.
Styrofoam and some gasoline. You got some napalm.
Also,
Yeah.
orange juice and gasoline.
Have fun with that.
I remember the days like back in elementary school, and everyone's like, "Oh, the anarchist cookbook's the greatest way to figure out how to do all these crazy things." Now everyone's like, "Have you heard of Google? Just type in homemade and whatever it is you're trying to do." And I was like, "Huh, how things have changed since I was a kid, where the anarchist cookbook was like the end all be all. Learn how to do stupid stuff."
Yep. They would
Well,
put your name on a list.
Yeah.
And that was the day I got an IED confused with an IUD.
Whoa,
Ooh.
that could be very painful.
Yes, that would hurt.
I do not want that in me. Thank you. Thanks.
That was a
Mudsley.
Willie original joke. You're welcome.
Willie gets an IED.
So apparently there's some confusion in the chat room as to what we are talking about right now.
I understand because
Hey,
I was
Willie.
confused too.
Allegedly, still Willie's news of the week about flamethrowers.
Yeah, so I would turn North Carolina into California, pretty much.
That's a forest fire
Wildfires.
joke.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Willie, you could be the new Smokey the Bear.
What?
Only you can make more forest fires.
Draftsman, I don't think you've been.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
I'm sorry. I think I learned a lot more about Draftsman than I ever needed to know.
Yeah. Congratulations, Draftsman.
Yeah, the one girl that I knew that had one head here in her bicep. And so if you're hitting the head of your dick on that, wow.
Well, I mean,
And she's dead.
At least he didn't lobotomize her.
They get implanted in the uterus, so I mean,
That's
wow.
Is Naki showing us her?
Just trying to figure out how long that would be.
About 3 feet on most people.
Well, mine's in the uterus, so like.
He is joking, bear in mind, but it's much more fun to pretend he's not. He says he's not that extraordinary.
Hey man, just take it. Just take it.
Take the compliment
That's what
as
she
it was
did.
intended.
No, she's probably dead.
So she just took it.
This is why Draftsman has such a fascination with porn stars, is because he kills normal women.
Oh, my face hurts.
They have to do 20 years of rough trade to be able to date him.
You see this rolling pin? Yeah, that's not even close.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, guys. He lives like right down the street from me. I'm gonna be like sitting here like, I know a lot about your day.
So he's gonna be knocking on your door from his living room.
Nice. Got them both crying. All right.
Oh.
That's a good Sunday morning.
You see, I make this show classier.
Because that's classy as shit right there.
My face hurts.
Freak out, bitches.
I don't even know what to call this show. There's so many good quotes.
$2.99. The
to
day.
have.
This is the only show that was good in 299 episodes.
Willie accidentally Googled how to explode a vagina.
Episode 299, the only good one.
The
There
only
you
good
go.
one.
It is decided. This is called the only good one.
We got to make sure we bomb really hard next week, guys.
Please tell
forever.
us.
Next week, there's going to be something special.
Is it
Isn't
going
there
to be?
supposed to be a rap song next week?
I don't know.
Should I write a song?
I think Naki should write us a song. I mean, I have some of her songs on the soundboard. I just have to load them, but we can always use new
I mean, my songs are always better. I mean, just listen to the Storytime and Naki one. That's the best we've
That's
done.
the worst bump of all time.
And how many times have you used it?
Once
Too many
for
times.
real, and then twice as a threat.
Like I said, too many times.
But you still used it.
Yes.
It's like Freddy Krueger's nails on a chalkboard. Hey, gaga.
Speaking of nails, I really should cut mine. Look at how long these are. They're crazy.
Wait, are those all real?
They're all real. That's my nails. They just grow.
They're all
Wow,
real,
yeah.
baby.
That one pinky nail is insanely long.
That is
Not
my
me.
coke nail.
I was
That's
gonna
the coke
say,
nail.
You beat me
Yeah.
to it.
they're not made of silicone parts, guys.
Yeah, I'm in need.
Don't bite your
Anyways,
nails.
so about that news, that's why I don't bite my nails. That's the problem. So news of the week. Hey, Anthony, you've got news of the week. Let's talk about news of the week now.
I do. I got I got lots of
derailed
comics.
this entire show.
Oh, it's
There-
going to continue.
There are 2 comic book characters coming back and 1 going away. That's my news of the week. Does anybody want to guess who the 2 characters coming back are?
Like from the dead?
One of them, yes.
Wolverine.
How would they do? Go on like a
Actually, that's
like a
true, but that's
vacation
also
or
not my
something?
news of the week. Kind of. So,
Okay, I don't know.
Well, I was right, so there.
Yeah.
Suck it, Trebek.
Mike Mignola killed off Hellboy a couple of years ago
yeah.
and did a story called Hellboy in Hell, where he was actually down in the pits of hell fighting. At the end of the last BPRD story, The Devil You Know, it ended with Hellboy's Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense friends finding his body on Earth, good as new, and ready for one last apocalyptic rumble, according to Entertainment Weekly. They had an interview where they talked to Mike Mignola, and he said, "The truth is, I knew he was coming back. It's something I've been keeping a lid on for a long time." So basically, Mignola just fucked with us and sent Hellboy to hell for an adventure, and then brought him back because, well, it's his character. He can do whatever he wants with him. And so it's kind of, fitting as well. If we're going to get a new Hellboy movie, you don't really want your character to be dead when a new movie comes out about your character, if you want people to be able to go and pick up the comic. And so the ultimate way of doing a movie and a comic tie-in would be to bring your character back from the dead for a new jumping on point for new readers that might be interested in the book after, being addicted to Stranger Things. And then they see Sheriff Dad become Hellboy and they want to go pick up a comic book. It's a good time to go pick up the book would be if the character's been just brought back from the dead and is alive on Earth again.
And I just want to mention something right quick since we're talking about old Hooper right there. Naki, your news of the week a couple while back was the new definition for dad bod was him, right?
Yep.
And didn't he have a commercial during the
It's a Tide ad.
It was a
Super
Tide
Bowl
ad
commercial?
Yeah, everything was a Tide ad.
Yeah, but where you dance around. I was looking at that. It's like we have very similar body structure.
Are you saying you have the ultimate dad bod, Willie?
You goddamn right.
Yeah, all right. Congrats.
I am what's in now.
Oh, that's scary.
Is that what he said?
God, thank God I'm not dating anymore.
Me too. All right,
Chris, I'm gonna give you that show, baby.
Oh. The other character coming back is Kick-Ass. Mark Miller's got the new Netflix contract, and of course, adding to his stable of comics means more shows that could possibly show up on Netflix. Which this might be a way for them to get around the idea that Kick-Ass was with a certain company. Is that the new Kick-Ass is not Dave Lazuski. On the cover, you have an African-American woman kissing her child goodnight wearing the Kick-Ass costume. And one of the things I was trying to figure out was how they were going to do this. They introduced the new character, and the book starts off, and it's basically it's a badass mom fighting in Afghanistan that comes home and has to deal with the world that has kind of shit on her just because of bad circumstances. So she ends up becoming the new Kick-Ass. What I was trying to figure out how they were going to deal with it, because apparently there's going to be new Hit Girls as well, but that new book hasn't come out yet.
Hold on. Is this like a reimagining, or is this like continuation of what already happened?
It's within the same world. So here's how they fixed it. In the also by like the back matter of the book, what they have is also by Mark Miller, and the books have now been relabeled Kick-Ass Volumes 1 through 4, the Dave Lazuski years. So now as every title goes forward, it'll be named after the character who's starring as Kick-Ass, and Kick-Ass will be an overall character name, as well as it looks like Hit Girl's going to be the same way. So we're going to get multiple Kick-Asses and multiple Hit Girls. After their story's finished, it'll be labeled differently to show who is who, but the actual title of the book itself is still just Kick-Ass from Image Comics. It moved from Marvel's Icon over to Image, but it's still Mark Miller. It's still John Romita Jr. It's a goddamn fabulous book.
And I have a question for this personally. Now, just trying to make sure. I think I've read the first two of the series. I think does the first two that's where the movies stop off, right?
Yeah.
And then the 3 and 4 like continue. Okay, so I've only read the first two. Then I need to read the other two.
Yeah, and the whole run's pretty good. The best part is actually, I can't remember if it's the third Kick-Ass or the first one with Hit Girl. where she got her own series. But in one of them, Minnie McCready's in jail, and in the comics, they kept her at like 8 years old all throughout the story. So it's much more impressive the stuff that she does because she doesn't age, which of course they had to do in the real world because of the actress. But in the comics, at 8 years old, they put her in a supermax federal penitentiary because she's basically, a supervillain according to the general public, and she takes over. And it is fucking awesome to see the way they wrote that, because you have this little blonde 8-year-old girl running a fucking prison like Kingpin, and it's fucking fantastic. That comic was hilarious. I can't remember which volume it was that they did that in. But yeah, so we got Hellboy's coming back, we got Kick-Ass's back, and sadly, a 15-year run ended for me this week. I usually wait till payday to go pick up my comics and pick up 2 weeks worth every Friday. This new comic book day on Wednesday, I had to be in the shop for February 14th for Valentine's Day. Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley and Cory Walker brought a finale to Invincible after 144 issues, the longest running Image title not by a founder, I do believe, because Savage Dragon is still going and Spawn's still going. And those have longer runs, but those guys were there at the beginning. Kirkman, I believe, has the longest running book that wasn't done by a founder. But yeah, 144 issues, double size final. It's awesome. They didn't do 100 different variant covers. They did 2. They did one from Ryan Ottley, which that's this one here, which is he's been the series regular artist. He's done, I think it's 127 of the 144 issues. The other issues were done by series co-creator Cory Walker, and he did the other cover, which is awesome because they did Invincible's daughter Tara in her Invincible-like outfit in an homage to the original cover of Invincible #1. So if you put those covers next to each other, they look like almost the same cover, but it's the daughter of the character from the first issue. But yeah, I know a lot of people were kind of actually broken up. The book is handled really well. They wrapped up everything, and it's awesome because it's over, but it sucks because it's done. And it's the one, it's the one thing that Kirkman said the most Invincible thing about Invincible was that it's going to be the one superhero story that has a third act, that has an ending, and they fucking nailed it. And yeah, all the way through it, the artwork has been just super impressive. Ryan Ottley took over at issue 8, and if you go back and look at the first hardcover, he actually mimicked Cory Walker's style, going from issue 7 into 8. And so issue 8 looks like almost the same artist. And then basically from issues 8 to 14, he transitioned his artwork from mimicking Cory Walker's style to the way he draws, so that if you were reading it week to week, you really couldn't tell the difference, which is an amazing feat in and of itself, where most times when they go from artist to artist in a book, especially at Marvel and DC, it can be a train wreck. You can get Sorrentino to Jim Lee the next issue, and it's it's apples and Volkswagens. I mean, it's completely as different as possible. And sometimes that train wreck is just really hard when you're staying current on a story, or especially when they put them together in the trade. And Otley was able to actually mimic the style of the guy who drawn the first 7 issues, and then transfer it slowly over into his style to where readers really couldn't tell the difference at all. And yeah, it's a fantastic book. They're going to have a 12th hardcover coming out. So each hardcover has 12 issues in it. So they're doing 144 issues in 12 hardcovers, covers the entire run. And it's going to be I think a third compendium, because they did Invincible's compendium 1 and 2 already. And then 3 is going to have the last 44 issues, because I think the first one is 1 through 50 and the second one is 51 through 100. So yeah, it'll be a good one for people that once it's done, you can go pick up and read the entire thing. When they do the next Comixology sale, it'll be nuts. And it's a good one to read because this is the next movie that Seth Rogen and his buddy, I can't think of the guy's name, but the two guys, Evan Goldberg? Something like that.
Because didn't he have show the Goldbergs?
I think that's a different Goldberg. But the two guys that did the Preacher TV show, this is the movie they're working on next. And so now's a good time to go start reading Invincible and get addicted to what has been my favorite superhero comic of the last 15 years, and might be my favorite superhero comic book ever. So yeah, it sucks that it came to an end, but goddamn, it was so good. Damn you, Robert Kirkman. That was my news of the week.
I have yet to read any Invincible, which, from what you tell me, it doesn't sound like he's so invincible.
Well, he makes it to the last issue. I'll tell you that much. He's on the cover.
Oh, spoiler alert. Jesus.
He's on the cover of the last issue.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, it's for those that aren't aware, what Invincible is Robert Kirkman takes every cliche in superhero comics and turns it on its head. And he literally attacks all of them. There's a storyline called Reboot. Is it about the show Reboot? That was awesome. Not about the show Reboot.
Oh,
he did a mini series issue called The Robot Wars, and it was one of one. They did the entire crossover in one issue. They did crossovers with his other books for a while they had Guardians of the Globe and the Invincible Universe coming out, so there were I think 3 books at once. But yeah, like they did crossovers inside of the Invincible universe, but inside Invincible, so you only had to buy one title. Like Kirkman did some crazy stuff with the book, but it's really fun. It's a really good read. If you've ever enjoyed superhero comics, it's worth reading Invincible just because they take all those tropes and cliches, and it's a writer attacking those cliches and making good stories out of them.
It's on my list. I just haven't read any of it, so honestly, I'm just waiting for a giant trade sale to happen. That's probably what will get me into it.
Yeah, I'm betting they'll be having one soon. Now that it's done, once they finish, they'll do the publication setup for figuring out how the last hardcover is going to look, what the last compendium is going to look like. Once all that stuff's wrapped up and ready to go to print, I'm betting they'll have a big Image Skybound Comixology sale, or they might hold it until the launch of the movie when we actually see like the first teaser trailer or something. I could see them corresponding that with the film, which would make sense. And dear God, I'm just hoping Seth Rogen only do the first trade as the first movie. Only do the first trade as the first movie. If they try to fit more than that in, it's going to be awful.
I was gonna say, good luck with that, though. It's always how it goes.
And these are the people that are starting the 3rd season of Preacher, so they know how to do it. It's just whether or not well, you got to figure if Kirkman puts his foot behind it and wants it done that way, and that's what they want, I'm pretty sure Kirkman can pretty much get any studio to do anything he wants because they know they'll make millions and millions of dollars. Because he made the world watch a show about zombies, and nobody wanted that.
Yeah, and then the current showrunners made a lot of people stop watching a show about zombies.
Well, in all fairness, a lot of the stuff that's made people stop watching the show is stuff from the comic, which actually made people stop reading the comic as well. So
it's just because it was better in the comic is why I stopped reading it.
Well, some of the stuff is just vicious in the comic.
Yes. But that's neither here nor there. We do have one last news story to wrap things up. Let's go back to talking about Black Panther like we did earlier.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, the sales have been ridiculous. Early projections from Deadline.com now say the film is projected to make $223 million over the President's Day weekend, which is up over its previous projection of $210 million. Now, this is huge because at first it was only projected to do 100 to 120 million. The $25.2 million Thursday night probably changed a lot of people's minds. As someone who saw Black Panther, I can say my theater was pretty full for a 2 o'clock showing in the afternoon. There were only a few seats open. Guys, it's making...
My theater was pretty full for an 11:30 showing on Friday morning.
Yeah,
I went 3:30 yesterday for a 3D showing, and it was filled up. I got there a little too late and had to sit in a weird, awkward spot.
Was it in between 2 couples making out?
Was it in the back of a Volkswagen?
Oh my God. If it was what Naki was saying, I think I would like, can I join? No? All right. Hey.
But then you'd miss the movie.
Can I join? Oh, yeah. Come here, buddy.
Gross.
Indeed. So, Black Panther's on pace to make a boatload of money. It has even blown past the $152 million that Deadpool made on its opening weekend, which I believe was around the same time frame. So, Black Panther, kind of a big deal, and it's not even limited to just North America. You start going and looking, it's made $80 million since Tuesday in the United Kingdom, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and other major markets. So it has already made back its budget of $200 million. It's going to make all of the monies, and good, because it is probably one of the best standalone Marvel movies they've made in recent memory, and it is probably the best villain they've had since Loki.
Oh, hell yeah. You shut your whore mouth, Willie. Killmonger was right. Those shirts are going to be right next to the Magneto was right t-shirts. They're going to be shirts that say Killmonger was right. Michael B. Jordan is fucking amazing in this movie.
He's got some range. And I don't want to get any more because I don't want to spoil anything inadvertently for anyone.
You guys are being blinded.
I'm sorry?
You guys are being blinded.
How's that?
Blinded by how good of an
We're not
actor he
getting
is.
into that with spoilers. We'll get that next week. Hopefully, when Naki will finally see it.
I mean, if anything, I could just sign off for that and just be like, "Okay, bye."
But I mean, I will say Michael B. Jordan's acting in it was good. I'm talking about the character himself. That's what I'm saying. I just want to specify that. But I do want to talk about a little bit of controversy I saw yesterday when buying my ticket online on the Fandango app.
What was the controversy you witnessed yesterday online when buying your ticket through the Fandango app?
Did you really just have to repeat every little fucking line? God damn.
Yes,
whatever.
I did really need to repeat every fucking line you
God
said.
damn it, Chris! I'm gonna give you that baby so deep.
Ew. That sounds like a threat.
I hope that plays on repeat while I do it. But anyway, no. So I opened up my app. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to my theater, which is the Grand at Four Seasons in Greensboro. Good theater. They have D-box seats. It's awesome. No IMAX though. I wish they did. That'd be awesome. D-box in IMAX. Oh my god. Anyway, I was searching through. I was like, all right. And I was like, all right, here's Black Panther. Wait a second. Why is it the second movie listed? And I looked up top. The featured movie was still 50 Shades. Why is that the featured movie on its second week when Black Panther was coming out and they had tons more screens with it?
Maybe you have a bunch of old ladies in your state?
There's a bunch of old ladies no matter what state you're in.
Fandango changes wherever you're at depending on your account and your zip code.
So maybe you're the one who wanted to see.
Yeah.
Didn't realize
it
that.
took your Google information and figured that you would want to see 50 Shades instead of Black Panther.
I'm just gonna say, I was berated and turned away for when I was forced to watch the first one and made fun of it and called out on its bullshit. Like, wait, they're doing this, but she hadn't signed the contract that he says he needs. Oh, they're just gonna fuck anyway.
Why are you actually talking about that movie? When there's a good movie in the theater, we should be talking about.
Forced, and I'm gonna make all y'all be.
My featured is Black Panther.
As I saw, lots of people were putting up pics on social media. Lots of people were putting up pics on social media showing that their theater. I can't remember who it was. That was the first one I saw, but literally every screen in every theater at their local Cineplex was Black Panther. Their theater was not showing any other film, and it was a great shot because it was literally like an 18 screen theater, 18, 19, 20. It was a big one, and they had every screen listed, and every single one of them was Black Panther. They had pulled everything else.
That is smart.
That theater's gonna make some money.
I mean,
I wanted to check.
That's that new sexy that's out right now. Everybody is wanting to see.
I wanted to check with what Chris was saying. Box Office Mojo right now has it 192 million for the 3-day weekend, and it's already at 14th place for all Marvel films. So with just the estimate for this weekend, it's in 14th place out of the 49 films that they list.
Wait,
so yeah, it's going to be jumping up real high on that list when it continues its run.
Films?
Black Panther is the 47th Marvel Universe film listed on Box Office Mojo. They backdated to include Howard the Duck because he showed up in Guardians, which was technically a theatrical release. And Box Office Mojo, I don't know why, but they list Man-Thing.
I was going to ask that one.
No, it wasn't in the theaters. It was a sci-fi only release. But they still list it as like the 44th movie that came out under the Marvel banner.
And I watched that piece of shit the night it came out.
Yeah, so there's 49 movies listed on Box Office Mojo in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've seen 47 of them in a row on opening day. That's how I know that.
I was hoping Howard the Duck was going to make a little tiny appearance in it, and he did not. Because that's where he made his debut.
So if you look at 192 for the 3-day weekend, it's pretty much guaranteed it'll break 200 million on the 4-day weekend because there's no way it's going to make less than $8 million on Monday if these estimates are right. There's no way it'll make less than that. Not on a holiday.
I was going to say, a lot of people are on holiday on Monday. We're not. My job is not.
Yeah, so it's going to
No.
destroy Deadpool's opening, which is fantastic. It's 2 February movies in a row that Marvel has had the Marvel name on it that have been gigantic blockbuster films.
And just a heads up for folks, this is not a spoiler. There are 2 post-credit scenes, so
Yep.
stay until you see both.
Early credits, very, 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 very end credits.
What's the first one? Don't answer as a retort. I'm trying to remember what the first one was.
The first one was the White Wolf. See, I can say that, and people that haven't seen it don't know anything.
That was the second one.
I thought it was the first one.
Nope.
Oh,
The
the first
second.
one was the
Yeah.
UN. First one was the UN. Second one was the White
Oh
Wolf.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
I'm a wolf.
I had 'em backwards.
I'm a wolf. Whoa.
Yeah, I was about to say
Adam.
the White Wolf. Like that sounds like the second one. It doesn't sound like the first one at all. What the fuck you smoking, Bachman? You gonna share?
Nothing, and that's the problem. And I also haven't had enough coffee. My brain's not working.
I haven't had any coffee yet. I'm drinking orange juice over here.
And just to prove it, no, this is not pre-recorded.
That's just awful.
We're live right now, Fabian. There's your proof. We ain't pre-recorded.
Nope.
You missed all the dick jokes, though.
I'm sure we could get
Oh,
some more.
I'm sure there's more.
There's always more. There's
I mean, hey, all I need to do is talk to my boy Dressman over there.
Like I said,
Got enough to go around.
it'd have to be like there.
Your uterus is always in your throat.
What? What?
Let's
what?
not start that conversation again.
I've got a really long torso, dude. I have like really stubby legs. All my height is in my torso.
Once again, is your
Naki's
uterus
all
all the way
torso.
to your throat?
Trying to think of where, because I'm sitting, so it's a little hard to gauge. Oh, do I have to stand? Fuck.
You stand to fuck? That's weird. I mean, you can, but it's still weird to only do so. And it's very awkward when you have someone tall like me, because people are just short in general.
That's when you pick them up.
Let's see.
I mean, yeah, but
I mean, they gotta.
I only got one good arm.
But you got to be careful with picking up because that's how you invite a broken penis if you're not careful.
Penile
True.
fracture is the technical
Yes,
term thing.
and nobody wants to fracture their penis.
No.
True.
I mean, I've come close. I can tell you that.
Americans are bonkers. You are correct, sir.
Yeah, that's
This
fair.
is true.
That's fair.
Person.
Very, very true.
I'm actually assuming Fabian is a male name, but I could be wrong. But sorry if I'm wrong.
Naki, did you have any news for us as we wrap things up?
Did you just assume their gender, Naki?
I did, and that was why I said I'm sorry. Damn.
Why do you have to be sorry for it? You can't see their face. You can't make an educated guess. Why are you being sorry? There's nothing to be sorry about.
Anyways,
You just said you did the best you could, and that's all there is to it.
so my news of the week is that I don't have any news this week because I have been in a hole because I've been working a lot, so I have not had the chance to look. But
I thought your news of the week was Lex Trump Luthor.
I mean, kind of, sure. Let's talk about Lex Luthor.
No, let's not.
That's not what I
Anyways,
said.
oh, the bell is
Damn it, Willie.
returned. So about that local sports season. Oh, hey, the Blackhawks won last night after like 8 games of not winning. So there you go. There's my
Black
news of the
Panther
week.
also won too.
Oh my god.
That box office though.
That box office dough. I mean, that's very real. Yeah, no, it's been one of those weeks where I just haven't had a chance to look at news things. So there you go. Sailor Poland says Toy Story Land opens June 30th. Nailed it. Blackhawks is the Chicago hockey team in the U.S. Where are you from, Fabian? It's ice hockey.
All right.
Oh.
We're not pandering here. Let's continue.
Anyways, oh, okay. So the Olympics are on, and we've been watching that. So there you go. You got that.
Yeah. How's that Russian team doing?
How's it going, Willie? You made a face like you were trying to make a joke.
Yeah, because aren't they banned for like a while?
Yes, it is the unaffiliated athletes of Russia or something like that. There's not actually an official Russian delegation there or some crap like that, if I remember
Are you
right.
serious?
Yeah.
Chris, thank you. Thank you so much. Naki, what is wrong with you?
I've been watching curling. I still don't know what's happening.
Yes, I have been too, and I don't understand it all the way yet, but I friggin' love it.
Holy
Everybody makes-
shit, Chris just exploded.
I mean, the faces that they make while they're doing it is really amusing. So
Drunken
The sound
Canadian
too.
boulder sliding.
they yell, and I don't know what's happening, but it's really exciting. And then like last night, the luge was on, so we were watching that, and then the face first luge was on. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, I heard about. Oh God, I heard that too. That looks terrifying.
Is that
so-
that skeleton, right?
Yeah,
that's it,
skeleton.
Go face
That's it.
first. Yeah, those
So-
people are crazy.
So apparently how they stop is that they open their legs to like drag it along the side, but then all I could think about is like if it's a dude, like his dick just like becomes a rudder and it's
Yeah,
Wait.
Naki, no one's dick can be harder when it's that cold.
Yeah.
Shrinkage. They're literally in a tunnel of ice as a human bullet. They're not getting
Okay.
a hard on. They're about to die.
I mean, that's when
Unless
I
they
do
got a
get hard
death
on.
fetish. If they got a death fetish, then yeah, they might have a kickstand. But-
some people are into that.
That's true.
So Sailor Poland says is that it's shuffleboard, but there's no tangs or biscuits with shuffleboard because it's stone or with curling, it's stones. It's not a tang or a biscuit.
What the fuck?
Which I-
What the hell's a tang?
That's
it's
what
the sticky
astronauts
thing
drink.
It's the stick you use for
The broom? The broom.
No, in shuffleboard, it's a tang.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
a tang.
oh,
The
the
stick-
fork?
puck is
Has
Yeah,
a name.
it's called a tang, and the puck is called a biscuit. But in the curling, it's called a stone, and it's just brooms. I think I don't think they're called.
How am I not surprised that old woman Naki knows the answers to this?
I learned that from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Screw you.
I'm surprised you're not knitting this week.
She
I
has
was. I had to put it down.
Oh, the arthritis kicking in.
No, it was because I was trying to pay attention to you, Willie. You asshole.
See how pointless that was?
I'm gonna turn off the news of the week banner. I think we've hit that point.
I think
was
when you
talking
threw it to
about-
Naki, it was done.
I
Hell,
was
when you threw
trying
it
to
at me,
talk
it was
about the
done.
Olympics. I was trying to talk about the Olympics.
Did you see
No
the
one
Twitter thing of the 17-year-old little badass snowboarder we have? Where
Yeah,
she tweeted out something out like she wanted like chocolate
yeah.
cake or something, and someone was like, "Aren't you at a competition?" And she just tweeted back, "Yeah." ... It's like I'm a
And?
snowboarder. It's like I can have pancakes and then go get a gold medal.
I need that momentum.
there's the one girl whose dad came with her, and like he laminated a sign and he calls her his American dream, and I cried a little bit because it was so freaking
Nice.
cute. Hey, don't make fun of my Jaredol.
Lol. That made
Is
me laugh.
NBC showing like replays of the events that have already happened?
Yes.
Yeah, they show replays.
Now,
Also, Shaun White won, which was great for me because I was
did-
just like, yeah, fucking
Yeah,
yeah.
Did
so-
anyone hear of the story? Was it a snowboarder, I think, who broke their neck and still won gold?
What?
Broke something during the
Dear
run?
God. Well, I
I
mean,
think I heard something about that. I'm not sure.
those people go flying down those mountains real damn fast. It's
I
possible.
mean, I don't pay attention 100%.
Yeah, so Fabian says we are getting destroyed by the Germans. You're not wrong.
And the Norwegians.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's still been fun to watch. Either way.
Yeah, I've watched bits and pieces of it, but I haven't been watching a ton of the Olympics because I've got better stuff to watch. That kind of stuff you find on the Gonna Geek Network over at GonnaGeek.com/network, where we've got a variety of different geeky and nerdy podcasts that you can listen to and or watch live on the internet on places like YouTube and Twitch. And each week we try to highlight one specific show because, hey, there's 25 plus shows in the network. We can't highlight them all. We're gonna
That's a
give-
lot of damn shows.
It is. So, Willie, what show are we giving the fine folks a taste of today?
This week, I'm going to talk about the official Gonna Geek Show, episode 227.
Speak
Gonna be a big week in space. It was a very big week in the. Shut up, Chris. No one said back to you. It was a very big week in the world of space this week. Really use space in the same, whatever. And the crew run down all of these highlights. And you know it's a big week. Again with week, God damn it. When even Chris talks about a space-related news point. Non-space related news points include a Pixel won lawsuit and Steven defends Apple. Boo, Steven. Back to you, Chris. How many times are you going to use week in that one?
I didn't write the promo read. Go bug Steven about that. He wrote the promo
It's
read.
been a
I
very
just
big
copied
week
it.
in the world of space this week. And you know it's a big week.
Hey, guess what? People can actually hear you when you read it at that volume.
There's also that.
Hey, I was holding with my weak arm right now, the one that's kind of all messed up.
Okay, I see what you did there. So, guys, you can check out the official GonnaGeek.com show and a variety of other content over at GonnaGeek.com, or just head on over to Geeks.live and you can view any of the live shows we have streaming there. So,
Sailor Poland, I'm going to click on this. Continue
as
on.
we wrap things up, we do wrap things up a little bit on this show called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into, so that maybe, just maybe, you might want to check them out yourselves. So, Naki, why don't you kick us off? Ladies first.
I have been studying, as you do. Super fun times there. I have also been, like I said, it's the Lunar New Year, so we had celebrations on Friday and on Saturday. And then been watching the Olympics and been playing Pokemon a little bit, not that much. It was just one of those weeks where I was too easily distracted to play Pokemon, so I just didn't really. And that's about it. Like, it's been kind of a boring week for me, but I started watching the Great British Baking Show, and I fucking hate the season 1 winner. No, I don't. I take that back. I didn't hate her. She just was not who I had picked to be the winner. So now I'm in season 2 and making my way through that.
Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. And the Great British Baking Show makes you want a lot of biscuits and cakes. Just an FYI.
So I need to not watch that.
I prefer cookies.
Cookie. They call biscuits cookies.
They call
That's
cookies.
the joke.
It wasn't a joke.
Anyways,
wasn't
Anthony,
funny?
you totally should watch it. Anyways, happy Lunar New Year. It is now the year of the dog. Go pet some dogs.
I like dogs. So I'll go next on my stuff.
Hold on a second. I like dogs. Sorry, that's
Okay.
That's from a movie.
Thank you for that.
I'll listen to this music from Taylor Poland.
I'll go next while Willie's rocking out there. I haven't really been getting into a ton this week because I've been busy with work. I did watch a little bit of the Olympics, predominantly when curling was on. I turned on curling and tried to begin to understand how to play it. I'm starting to get there. I've also been playing a little bit more Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch because I could play it in undocked mode while other stuff was on TV. And also some Splatoon 2. And then finally, I saw Thursday, I think it was, I turned on Netflix, or Friday. Joel McHale has a new Netflix show. It's like a weekly show. It looks like they're bringing back The Soup, but on Netflix. And I'm super intrigued. The first episode came out this morning at 12:05 a.m., so I'll probably watch that this afternoon. Because
Report back. Let us know if it's good.
Joel McHale is a funny dude, and The Soup was a funny show. It was the only time my television ever went to the channel E in the entire time I've owned any TVs and watched cable, because what else would I watch on that channel?
Not true. Did you watch Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Not on that. I've watched the movies, yes.
But the E news did. I meant in that one particular movie that did show up.
Okay, then I guess I have watched a representation of E on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So, go me.
I choose my words very carefully. When I specify a movie, I specify it.
And I'm very jealous of folks that I see in the chat room playing Monster Hunter World. I've heard lots of good things, but I know if I start to play it, that's all I will play. However, I will put a thing out to the chat room here. What I've been doing also is I'm looking into cutting cable because Comcast bills gotten too high. They don't want to renegotiate. So let me know your suggestions for different streaming services to explore. I'm kind of between PlayStation View and YouTube TV right now, as I'm trying to figure out what I want to go with. But for basically $40 to $50 a month, either one of those services would give me most of what I'm looking for and a DVR. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in here. And Willie, while you're rocking out, why don't you let us know what you've been getting into?
Oh, I already turned that off. I was just been dancing to nothing.
Okay.
That's for the live viewers and the people actually watching this, the stream at some point in time. This dad bod ain't gonna make itself.
All right, so Anthony, what's your?
Are we really just skipping over me?
Well,
Or we come back?
you can go, Willie. I was just making a joke.
Well, since you brought up the Lunar New Year, because that's what it is in Overwatch, and it started. The Year of the Dog is right. And they are pumping it out with Capture the Flag. It is back, and it is better, baby. And they even have a competitive mode in it. And the new skins look gorgeous.
Do you guys get it in 4K on the PlayStation 4 like I do on the Xbox One X?
Are you talking about an Overwatch?
Yeah.
Overwatch doesn't have a 4K mode for it.
Oh, that sucks. I do on
That's-
Xbox.
Do you? Is it
Yeah.
a faux 4K?
I don't know. Let me go check Digital Foundry and find out.
It's upscaled, I think is what you're talking about. And that is not the same.
I'll find out for you.
Yeah, go ahead and find out for me.
Overwatch
I mean, the
achieves
problem-
native 4K resolution on Xbox One X, February 3rd,
Well, fine.
2018 on WindowsCentral.com.
Well, there you go. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't have a 4K TV yet, so it doesn't even matter yet.
Oh, so you didn't want to talk about your technologically inferior PS4 Pro compared to my Xbox One X?
Chris, will you pull your dick out of my mouth for a minute so I can spit this shit out?
What's the matter, Willie?
Get him, Chris. Get him.
I don't like the taste of your dick cheese is what I'm trying to say.
Well,
It's kind of a little fromage.
that was bad.
I tried. Anyway, I also saw a new movie, not a new movie, but for the first time I saw it, it came out last year, Logan Lucky. That was a good movie. Not a great movie, but a good movie. It was worth the watch.
It was all right.
Yeah, well, I rented it because I was like, all right, I've been hearing about it, and it's also one of the movies that came out, one of the many movies that came out last year that featured the song, West Virginia, the John Denver song, West Virginia song,
Country Roads.
Country Roads.
Country
That's
Roads.
it. Yep, and because a lot of movies last year came out had that song in it. But I did not know before I started watching it that it starred Channing Tatum and Adam Driver. Did not know that, and I was like, and for a minute I was like, is that James Bond? No. Is it? No, it's not. It's not James Bond. And then someone else was like, it was James Bond. I'm like, what? That was? Okay, he does a good Southern accent. But that was a good movie. I would recommend to watch. Not gonna blow your minds away, but it's still good. Get a little weird at the end. Like, oh, what's going on? Okay,
It's a little weird all the way through.
Hey, if there's anything you know about Willie, is Willie likes weird.
That's true.
Thank you. Other than that, I did get a new board game in. Actually, it coincided with the because I did an Indiegogo for this app called Dized or Dized. I'm not sure. It's Dized. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. But when I did it, they gave me I got into the beta for it, and on the beta, it's pretty much it tells you it runs through how to play board games. They pretty much said you don't need the rulebook. Throw it out. We're going to go step by step with everything. And the quality of what they have on there is amazing. So far, for the beta, they only have one, and I got it, called King Domino. It's a very fun game, and that app runs you through everything. You do not need the rule book for it. It even helps you score at the end. And I think it's supposed to come out in the fall this year, the full app, and I would recommend it. And I even recommend King Domino. It's a fun little board game for you. Or tabletop game, not board games. There's no board. I don't know if it plays like dominoes because I never played dominoes, so I can't tell you that. And other than that, my arms got fucked up this week.
Too much masturbation.
No, it's my left arm.
Okay, my bad.
I never cheat on my right.
That's fair.
That's a special. I
But-
tried it once and it was like, this is just this. I can't finish off with this.
That's how you
Isn't
end
that
up
the stranger?
asymmetrical, man.
I mean, I have stamina with women. I try and just finish fast when I'm by myself.
Well,
You do
thanks
you.
for that. We appreciate
I mean,
it.
I'm there for a reason, and I want to get this over with.
We appreciate learning all about that. They say romance is dead, just like Low Life Otaku says.
Like I said, with the women, it is different.
Sure it is. We believe that. So while Willie continues to persist in that, Anthony, why don't you tell us what you've been getting into as we wrap up?
Let's see. I finally saw Coco, which that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed the heck out of that movie. That was pretty cool. I want to do a drawing of the kid from Coco next to the kid from what was the one where he lost his eye? Kubo. Like they needed to have like a guitar playoff. Those two kids, they were awesome. Yeah, Coco was funny. And then what was I started watching another Netflix show. Now I can't remember what it was. It's been a long week. I spent most of last week. I had 3 migraines in 3 days, so that kind of kicked my ass, and then felt a little okay by last weekend. But then apparently I was just weak enough from all those migraines to where somebody gave me a damn chest cold. So I spent most of this week coming home from work and just going to bed early. So I haven't got much done on any of the drawings. I'm still working on those last 4 covers to get them all done and set out, which I'm hoping between today and tomorrow being a holiday for me because I am a state employee. I should be able to hopefully finish off at least 2 of those, if not all 4. And then I took a little bit of downtime when I was feeling like crap, and they had Infamous Second Son was on sale on the PlayStation 4, and that was one I'd been looking at getting for a long time because I loved the hell out of the first Infamous. It was just a fun game playing as Cole McGrath, where the whole game is based on building up electrical powers to where depending on if you play as a good person or a bad person, changes the environment you're in, it changes the way you look, and it changes which abilities you get access to.
Curious, when did you re-get your PS Plus?
I didn't.
Oh, okay, because it was free for PS Plus, I think, what, like October, November?
Oh, I must have missed it. Yeah, no, I didn't re-get my PS Plus.
It's still worth it.
Yeah, but yeah, it was $8 on sale, so yeah, it was definitely worth it. But yeah, this one, the new character, it's really cool. You start off with smoke powers, and what Cole McGrath and the characters are, they're called conduits. Each one has the ability to use some type of element to basically do super things like fly and shoot things. And so the world ends up turning against them, and you find out the character in Second Son, he is he's like a Sync from Generation X or a rogue. He's a conduit that can absorb other conduits' powers. And so if he can get a hold of somebody that has superpowers, he gets their powers. So you start off by accidentally running into a guy that has smoke powers, not knowing that the character doesn't know he's a conduit yet. And when he touches this guy, he gets the smoke powers. And then later in the game, I've got to the point where you meet a chick who has neon powers. So at this point, my character can switch back and forth between smoke and neon. And it's really cool how they did the power sets. And they actually made it really fast. I'm playing the game just on easy to have fun. And with like 3 or 4 hours into it, I already have 2 almost full power sets. Where I remember playing the first Infamous, and I think I was 5 or 6 hours in before I got like the 4th power. Like they made it to where you get through the powers like an upgrading a lot faster on this, which makes it feel like less of a grind in a game where you always are trying to basically free zones of cities from ruthless bad guys. And you basically kick ass and do missions until the bad guys go away from part of a city, and then that part of the city becomes clear, and you can run back there at any time for protection, pretty much. But yeah, it's a really fun one. I'm enjoying going through on. I always play through now on easy mode as a good guy first, because it's always harder to play good in these games because you can't.
Oh yeah.
If you accidentally hurt civilians, even if you're attacking a bad guy, random civilian AI will have them run up to someone who's being shot, and when you blow up the car next to the bad guy to kill him, you'll hurt that civilian, and then that knocks you down on points. So yeah, it's always much harder to play as a good guy. When you play bad guy run on the way through, it's fun as hell because you can just blow the fuck out of everything. And there's so many powers that just make you blow stuff up that it's so much more fun when you're playing evil mode.
And the best part about it is the more destruction you do, the more pedestrians get in the way, and the more pedestrians that get in the way, the more you power up. It keeps going.
Yep. It's a vicious cycle of blowing shit up. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, I thought it was weird when I saw the preview for it that it was going to be a smoke and neon based power after the electricity in the first one. I was like, that's kind of strange. But it's really cool how they did it because the smoke power is more fire because you have like cinder blasts and smoke bombs and different stuff. So yeah, it's a real fun game. I've been enjoying it.
Neon's my favorite.
Neon's been fun. Yeah, the moving, the running super fast in neon mode is really cool. I do like how they. I do like how the smoke power you transfer through vents. So you hit a vent at the bottom of a building and you shoot up to the roof. Like, that was a real good way to get rid of Cole McGrath. It got a little tiring with his parkour running around all the city all the time, having to climb buildings. Like, it got a little tedious sometime in some of those chase missions where if you missed a jump by a couple feet, you'd spend 30 seconds climbing back up ledges.
And do you know who does the voice for Delson?
Uh-uh.
It is the same guy who does the voice for The Last of Us. What the fuck's his name? I just had it.
Well, I didn't play that, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's the main guy from Last of Us.
But the guy that plays his brother in the game, that actor sounds familiar. I think I know him. The cop. Yeah. But yeah, it's fun. If it's still on sale and if you enjoyed the other Infamous, I would suggest getting it because it's definitely worth $8. I got more than $8 worth out of it just last night while I was still feeling like crap sitting in my chair. So it's a worthy buy. It's a fun game.
And I will say those spray paint parts, not that bad. They're kind of fun and they're optional. You don't have to do them. I think maybe we have to do one of them, but there's like little side things like, to fill out the stuff in the game.
Yeah, they're not bad and they're funny. But yeah, that's what I've been getting into.
Oh, excellent. So, guys, I think that is going to wrap us up for this episode 299 of the podcast. We'll be back next week with 300. I have no idea what we're going to do, but I assume it'll probably be ridiculous, crazy, or some combination of everything. I think that's fair.
Probably. There's a good chance of it.
There's a good chance of it. Thank you, everyone who did listen today. Friendly reminder, we stream live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, over at Geeks.live, the official streaming home of the Gonna Geek Network. If you want to see some more live content, hang around at 1 p.m. Eastern, should be Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., 6 p.m. Eastern, the Starling Tribune, where they recap the latest episode of Arrow, and tonight at 9 p.m., Pop X Cast, and I'm really scared because Willie's just grinning at me like a maniac right now. He's still doing it.
I'm waiting.
I know what he's waiting for. So, guys, as we wrap things up, do you have any final thoughts for us?
The things I'm going to do to you, Chris, are only legal in 3 countries in this world.
Shut up, Willie.
And they're not on this side.
Wakanda forever.
We on the wrong side of the world for it, Chris.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.